tell you what I should have done. Should have taken a class in cell phones and technology. God, I am so far behind the 8 ball on this. I know now what my dad felt like when VCRs first came out. Would your parents do that? Just stare at it like, what's that blinking red light? That's the time. You have to set the time. I don't get it. That's me now. I'm telling you all the time. Like a buddy of mine called me. I was in this football pool, and he was the head of it, and he said, I'm going to Venmo you your money. I said, what? What the hell's Venmo? He goes, that's how I'm going to send you your money. I go, you might as well burn it because I have no idea how to get it. So I don't understand this stuff. The only technology that I really like, and it's amazing to me, is Uber. It's insane. It's magical. I could be anywhere in the world. I can call my wife. 10 minutes later, a car picks me up and takes me to where I want to go, and the guy doesn't ask me for money. It's amazing. And now what they, oh my God, here's the other one. This is the other one that drives me crazy. All these acronyms are using now, nobody talks anymore. It's all in these, like I know what LOL and FYI is, but like other than that, I'm out. If you're under 50 years old and you're texting me, there's a real good chance I have no idea what you're talking about. I texted with my daughter for 3 years before I realized that IDK meant I don't know. I thought it was short for stupid. So I would text her and say, hey, miss you, when you coming home? She'd put IDK. I'm like, well, stay home then. I don't care if you think I'm stupid. I don't give a damn. Yeah, I would say, we miss you, baby, when you coming back? And she would type IDK, MU, and the number 2. And I'm like, I'd move. Mu to me. And I go, yeah, what the hell is she saying? She's saying, I don't know, but I miss you too. And that was so sweet. And I wish I'd have known that before I wrote her out of the will. I hate them. I had a buddy that was at the World Series game. He texted me, his text said, WIWH. And I wrote back, what? He goes, wish you were here. And I said, yeah, me too, so I could smack you in the back of the head. Talk like a damn adult. They say, oh, it saves time. No, it doesn't, because it costs me double the time trying to figure out what the hell you're saying. The only other one I know is WTF. And I think we all know that one. But sadly, that's how all my texts in. I don't know what WTF you're talking about. Goodbye.
It's obvious that dogs and kids are very different. Anyone who has met at least one of each of those things knows that. Dogs are way smarter than kids. Well, I have proof. I own a home, and all my electrical outlets are uncovered. They're just open to the public. My dog's never been like, duh! Like that's never happened, because he's good at being alive. But a child, your child, will stick their finger in an outlet, get shocked, and be like, let me go find a fork. Like, it's insane how bad children are at basic survival. You don't believe me? Put a plastic bag next to one for 15 seconds. I never said walk away. Stick close, you'll be needed in a moment. No kid anywhere in the world has had the smart thought. No kid has ever looked at that bag and thought, well, I could put my things in that bag. Carry them from room to room. Make my life more convenient. No, every kid, no matter where they're from in the world, has that same dumb space helmet. Like every single kid. Even if their country has no space program. Like, how do they know? If you're a parent, you know I'm right. You don't want me to be right, but you know I'm right. You just follow your child around just going, don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die. Because you could mess it up emotionally, but you can't let it die. That's the rule. That's the rule. That is the rule. If you kill someone, you're a monster. But if you raise a murderer, you did your best. Like, why? All right, you part of that. You taught a murderer how to walk. That's the first part of murdering.
We were so poor one time, I didn't have any money to get my mom a birthday gift, and I wrote a coupon book. I'll wash the dishes. I'll do the laundry. I'll kill Dad for you. Louie, that was a very sweet gift. But one of those coupon books, they were inappropriate. What, the dishes one? No. What? You wouldn't really kill your father, would you? I'd do it for you, Ma. There's no expiration date on that coupon. Thank you. It's true, I used to get so mad at my dad, I inherited things from him, though. You inherited? No money. I inherited this sound from him. I inherited this disapproving look. This sound. Ha! I inherited this from my mom. Oh. You all right, Mom? I guess. My mom was real passive-aggressive. She was very funny, though. You'd park somewhere, and she'd go, oh, are you gonna park here? Well, I could try and get closer. Oh, it's okay. I guess I could walk from here. And my dad, he didn't really like people. My dad was like, I hate that guy. Somebody would come in and go, I hate that guy. Do you know him? I don't need to know him to hate him. Wow, I love my parents. I miss them, I don't want them back, don't get me wrong.
Part of the reason I do comedy is to impress my father, because I think that he likes people that are funny. We were all playing games the other day. It was this game called Things. It's like Cards Against Humanity, but you get to write in your own response. And we had a prompt come up during the game. It was things you would do if you were the opposite sex for a day. And so I tried to be funny. I was like, if I was the opposite sex, I would drink for free, assuming I'm hot, Nobody laughed. Kind of like now. And then it was my dad's turn. I was like, things you would do if you were the opposite sex for a day. And he said that he would let the homies hit it. I was like, I'm going back to LA. This is crazy. I'll never be better than you. I guess you just don't love me. I don't know. I got nothing. That's crazy, man. In his defense, I was not a great kid, man. We made you guys know the show Jackass? Yeah. About 20 years ago, we made a Jackass video, which I thought was a lot of fun. We were the only ones with a camera in the house. It already had a tape in it. We grabbed it, ran around, shot a video. It was awesome. We even premiered it to my parents, and they were loving it. They had a great time until the tape kind of cut and fluttered onto what was actually on there. It was my parents' wedding. I taped over my parents' wedding with video of me kicking my brother in the balls. I mean, quality nut tab. I'm not gonna lie to you, but it doesn't beat their first kiss. They say, do not try this at home. You could really hurt yourself. There's a lot of truth in that because my dad beat the shit out of me.
I say, okay, brush your teeth. I'll be right back. That's a bad idea when your kids are 10 and under. Next thing you know, they're up there just putting toothpaste. They turn into Monet and Picasso, and they're putting it on the mirror like, red rum. You're like, what the? I'm all about toothpaste, No, bubbles. I'm all about toothpaste. I'm like, no. Just brush your teeth. I gotta brush it for the dentist. The dentist is like, what's going on with these kids' teeth? Because all they're doing is putting the toothpaste everywhere else. Then I go, okay, guys, what do we do next? And they're like, okay, we say a prayer, and then we sing a song. I go, really? Okay, prayer. Yeah. Who wants to say it? My son. My son is. We have a daughter, the oldest, Ella, and then the boys, Redford, Romney, Royal. So these are very beautiful children. I go, who wants to say it? Redford's like, I'll say it. And when they're under the age of 10, what happens is the second that you tell a perfectly healthy little boy to say a prayer, all of a sudden he gets an allergic reaction to something he didn't have before he offered to say the prayer. So he's like,
please bless that we'll be safe tonight.
every prayer is about safety. They think we're gonna die in every prayer.
Bless we won't die tonight. And please bless that if there's a fire, we'll get out in time. Please bless. We'll be nice to everybody. Stop it! I hate you! I hate you! Stop it! I hate you! I've always hated you! Please bless that when the earthquake hits, we'll have enough food storage for the neighbors. 'Cause Daddy said they don't have any.
I like my kids. I like them a lot. They don't like me. They don't. If you like someone, would you walk up to them when they're reading the paper and just tear it out of their hands? No, you wouldn't do that. Would you cock block them every night of the week? Not to someone you liked. They just look at me as a source for food, and they'll lie right to my face, right to my face. They will. They don't care. They don't care. This is the thing. You love kids in an uncontrollable way. Like if you love another person, you're in love with your guy or your girl, you can control it. You can put the brakes on. I'm gonna love her this much. I don't wanna expose myself. I'm gonna keep it back. Kids, there's a cascading love. It's helpless. You will kill for them, and you're in free fall. And they look at you like, nah, I could do better. If I get some of those keys that he's got, I'm out of here. My little one came up to me last week. I want some Teddy Grahams. Give me some Teddy Grahams. No, you just had Teddy Grahams. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. I gave them to you. Now, why you gotta go make me upset? Just get me some Teddy Grahams. What are you, a little white pimp? Who's in my kitchen? Just give me some mother-loving Teddy Grahams. What are you jibber-jabber? I would just give them. If my arms were long, I would get the Teddy Graham myself. Why you gotta be? Who are you in my house? But I found something out. If you ever end up with kids and you want a little advantage over them, raise them here in New York because the weather is so bad, it creates gloomy children. It's perfect. We were in LA and just the sunshine, the kids were so filled with joy and hope and energy and every day. Can we go to the park? Can we throw a ball? Can we go in the pool? Can we? Annoying. Here, they just sit in the apartment and stare out at the rain for hours. And they just watch the water falling and they get all sad and pensive and contemplate what went wrong in their first 7 years on the planet. And they realize I can't help and I'm just reading a book and I'm happy. It's so much better. It is. It's so much better. Listen, I don't care if kids play. That's cool. I'm fine with that. But now, this culture, parents are supposed to play with the kids nonstop. I don't understand. That never happened. It was kids and grown-ups. Don't you remember that being a thing? Like when we weren't all the same? Don't you remember? Right? My father wasn't some hired party clown when I was a kid. He was the father. He was the dad. That was a different deal. He was the king of his castle. He was. And that's what I thought I'd be. I'm like, all right, I'm going to have kids. I'm going to be the king of the castle. I'm going to make people and rule them. That doesn't exist. That's an old version of dad. There's a new kind of dad now. Now you're part mom, part dad. You're like this useless hermaphrodite just hanging around the house. There's no respect for fathers. Even the cartoons the kids watch. Here comes dad. Bam, 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 bam. What a douchebag. Bam, bam, bam. Do you remember your father coming home from work? It was like the bad guy coming back to the town in the Wild West. My mother would gather us in the kitchen. Your father's coming. Don't look him in the eye. He's gonna take your head right off. He loves you. He just doesn't want to see or hear from you. I get home, it's like the camp counselor just got there. Here's the kids. I'm going for a massage. See you later, jackass. Okay. My father would lay out in the middle of the playroom, just sleep. In the middle of the playroom, just on the floor, just lay there. My mother would, it's your father. Shh, get out of the house. Get out. It's your father. He works hard. Get out. It's raining. Get out. I try and sleep in my house. People are poking me in the face. Literally opening my eyes. Are you awake? Are you awake? We need you to hook up the Wii. Hook up the Wii. Hook up the Wii. Hook up the Wii. Okay, hook it up. Hook it up. I hide in the bathroom. That's my only place to hide. I pay for the whole place. I sit in the bathroom like an idiot. And they start pounding on the door. And like a normal person, if someone doesn't answer, oh, they're busy, I'll come back later. No, they get on the ground, two eyes looking up at me. The other one starts wiggling fingers underneath. Then the cat gets involved, the paw comes under. It's like an attack of the needy idiots. And it's our generation is completely infantile guys. I don't understand why we're not grown-ups. You should see these dads at the park. They dress like the kids. They're in Converse, and they're dressed exactly like their little 6-year-olds, and they're high-fiving and trying to be cool and accepted by the 8-year-olds. Woo! Are you kidding? I've waited my whole life to be a man. I want to sit in the park on a bench and smoke a cigar and drink a martini and have my kids look at me from the swings and think, I'm not gonna even ask him to push. There's no way he's getting up. And then the one time I do get up, it'll be special. I'll be like, wow, he loves us. And they'll tell their kids, and it'll be a thing. It'll be, remember the time when he got up and he pushed us on the house?
Being a good father it doesn't help after a while. Like, your kids be trash because you're good. You be in their life, loving them, supporting them. What they do, be well-rounded, leave you. I hate it, man. And I know my sons, they can't be out here going to the league. They got no chance of going to the league. They got no my dad left chip on their shoulder. When you out there hooping dark, it's because your dad ain't there. I'm taking care of mama. You out, ears bleeding, I'm going to the league. Your dad picks you up, you don't take that many shots. Your dad's like, Mom cooked. You're like, all right, man, I'm gonna just go home. Where's the passion? So many NBA players are there because their dad wasn't in their life. Dads be coming back. Kids be rising on the ranking board. Be like, is that Trayvon? Might be my baby. Let me just peek on in, son. You know, I ain't really been a part of your life. I want to help guide you through the process. I don't want nothing. You know, whatever you can give me. Black people love to tell you they don't want something they didn't ask for. You know, I ain't asked for much, but whatever you have, I will take it. I will. You know, ain't gonna make me no never mind. I'm trying to be a good father and like listen to my kids and hear their feelings and all that stuff. Bruh, my son told me, we learning their love languages and stuff. He was like, I don't really like when you and mom hug me and kiss me. Physical touch is not my love language, okay? Right? That's good, right? Oh, man. I want to respect his feelings and stuff. Okay, man, I honor you. What would you like? You know, quality time is more important to me. Okay, son, I love you. That's what we'll do. But you know what I was thinking? I didn't even know my dad. I would have taken a hug, a kiss, a baseball mitt, anything. You got the nerve to pick and choose love? I ain't have no love on the table to choose. You was out here like, and this is too much love for me. When you hug me, I feel smothered. Can you, listen, my son asked me to close the door in his room. I was like, what door? These is my doors. Black people do not want their kids to have nothing. Can you close my door? What door you paid for? I ain't seen no bill and door say on you.
I was with my parents in a crowded museum, right? My dad had taken off without telling anyone. He's the master of the French or Irish goodbye. Ever since he retired, he'll just be like, is that a boat? And he's gone, right? They'll find me. Fuck him. Just wanders. It's his right as a man above 60. So my mother says, where's your father? And I wish every day, I wish I would have gone, I don't know, or that way, or anything besides what I did, which is point like this. First off, who points like this? Like a gun, and didn't look, and went, I think he went that way. And my fingers went into a man's mouth, into his mouth and head. Full penetration, full. Not a poke, like my eye, ow, my neck. Hey, you got me in the tit, you jerk. Nope. I felt the hot wetness. I felt the mysteries of his teeth and tongue. I know things I shouldn't know. And I heard the like the choke. Got him deep. My mom's hands went up and her eyes got huge. And they said nothing but, you've disgraced our family name forever. And I pulled my hand out and spittle came with it. Yeah, and I wiped it, which seemed disrespectful at the time. Like, oh. And just said, oh. A long vowel sound. That's a nice apology. But the guy, something got messed up in his head because his hand came up, but it came up late and it came up wrong. His hand did like, and his hand went side of his head. Like his brain was like, what the fuck? Plug the hole. No! Lower! Too late! His eyes were blank. He was no longer with us. He'd gone away to a farm he grew up on, running through a field of wheat with Cocker Spaniel puppies and his dead grandmother, because that's his happy place. That's what shock is. There's no way you're ready for that shit, right? His whole system went, what the happened? What? Get the brain out of here. There's no way he was ready for that. No way that guy woke up that day and was like, I think it's a museum day today. You see a Picasso, here they got a couple Cezannes, right? A Degas, I love the ballerinas. So get a cup of coffee, and maybe while I'm there, some random dude will finger fuck my mouth. Hope not, but I'm ready if it happens. And it's not as if I was like, ooh, what's this? Look at me! But it wouldn't have been creepier if I had, you know what I mean? And swear to God, we literally, the hand went in, and I pulled it out, wiped, we turned and walked away. Never said a thing. We psychically agreed as men, this didn't happen. You're goddamn right it didn't. If I ever see him again, I have to let him kill me. You understand? All I can say is, please make it quick. That's it.
Let me tell you what I learned from Corona. You ain't supposed to see your kids every day. Not every day. I don't care how much you love your kids. You ain't supposed to see them all motherfucking day. My kids ain't go back to school. That shit pissed me off. My kids did not go back to school. That's the only way I was gonna make it. I said, when these kids go, this gonna be all right. They was like, no, we ain't going, ain't no more school. I know every parent was like, fuck! My kids stopped getting dressed for school. That's how bad it got. They just got out of bed. I'm in school. I went in my daughter's room. She laying on the bed. I'm like, ain't you supposed to be in school? She was like, Daddy, stop. This ain't school. She had her screen off. Can you believe this shit? Her screen is off. I was like, Bailey, Why do you not have your screen on? She was like, Daddy, I don't have to see her. I can listen. I said, I'm paying full price. You gonna see her today. That's disrespectful. I love teachers. Ain't no way in the world you should have your screen off when your teacher trying to teach you. Clap for that. Shoot, that would be like when we was little. That would be like us going to school and turning our desk this way. I ain't doing math. Then another thing I learned about Corona, you ain't supposed to be with your loved one every day either. I don't care how much you love your wife or your love partner, whatever she or he mean to you, you ain't supposed to see nobody every day. All day. You ever been with somebody so long, you be like, go out there and see if that Corona real. Go ahead.
I hate being a hypochondriac because it's not fun because you're always worried about death. And a cold, okay, I'm gone. True story, every year, Gail and I would get our physical and we'd get our blood work done, just in case there was something, we could stay on top of it. So this happened this year. We got our physicals, got our blood work done. 4 days later, I'm out playing golf. 5 o'clock in the evening, I get back in the golf cart, I see a message from the doctor, a voicemail, and this is what it said. You need to call us as soon as possible. What the hell does that mean? I'll tell you what it means, I'm dying, that's what it means. Oh my God, I called the doctor's office back, it's 5:30 on a Friday, they're gone. I got all weekend to stew about this. I called my friends, I said, look man, I hope you know that I tried to be a good friend to you. And that you'll remember me with a smile when my name comes up in conversation. I called my kids. I said, Daddy has loved you with all his heart. And I said, you're going to find a new daddy. And I'm sure he'll be nice. And just please remember that I tried to do. I know I made some bad decisions, but, And my daughter goes, what's wrong with you? I go, well, I don't know how to tell you this, but the doctor called and said I'm dying. And she said, that's what they said? I said, well, yes. They said they needed me to call them right back, and you know what that means. She goes, yeah, it means they want you to call them right back. I go, well, honey, whatever you got to do to get through this, I totally support it. I went to Gail, I said, baby, make me a promise that when I'm gone, you'll get remarried. Please don't mourn over me. I'm going to be in a good spot. And she goes, what is wrong with you? I said, well, the doctor called and said that I need to call him as soon as possible, and you know what that means. She goes, yeah, it means they want you to call them as soon as possible. I go, no, it means I'm dying. She goes, you know what, you're an idiot. I said, well, I'll be a dead idiot because that's what happens. I called my lawyer on a Saturday. You know what it costs to call your lawyer on a Saturday to make sure your will's in order? Monday morning, that doctor's office opened at 9 a.m. I was outside that door at 7 a.m. I waited for 2 hours. This nurse finally walked up and she goes, what are you doing here, Bill? I said, well, y'all called Friday and said, call us as soon as possible. And I tried, but y'all were gone. So I just need to know, is it going to be a quick death? Am I going to linger? Do I need to put more money away? She goes, no, we just wanted to make sure your insurance was still the same. I'm going to need to make some calls.
Love my parents. I love my parents, man. They taught me a lot, man. And it's crazy how for those men, to this day, I'm telling you, no English. Really, really proud, right? But I'm gonna share something with you, right? My sister changed that shit, yo, a few years ago. She married someone that does not speak Spanish. I'm not gonna tell you where he's from, but he's black. Listen, now my father be like, Llegó el morenito. And I'll be like, Papi, I think he knows what that means, right? And it's crazy, right? Because my sister, she's freaking changed it, bro. She's gentrifying my household. And out of nowhere, dude, out of nowhere, from night to day, my father feels like he speaks perfect English now. He's out of nowhere. Now all he wants to do is speak English, bro. That's it. It's crazy. Look, a few years ago, I was back home in New York, and it was winter. I will never forget this. It was snowing. And my father was in the living room complaining about a snowstorm from the year before. And I'm like, what is this, bro? In the middle of the living room, he got up like that, he got up. And he looked at my brother-in-law and he said, King. When he gets nervous, he stutters, King. Can you believe all that snow that we got last year? Mira. Mira, that was unbelievable. Dude, I heard that shit and I was like, what? In my mind, I saw him dropping a mic. I just saw him going like that, boom. He said it so comfortably. He said, unbelievable, and walked away. I said, well, where are you going? You're not gonna follow that up there? How are you gonna drop that big word and just break out? He just walked away. I was like, what the fuck? Right? And my brother-in-law looked confused. But none of us did. I know what unbelievable is. Why are you laughing? It's not, it's something bigger than unbelievable. That shit is unbelievable, bro. I know, papi, I know that shit was I know it. I speak my father's language. But my brother-in-law was like, what the fuck is going on here? And I felt like I had to correct my Latino father, right? Which is something that you can never do. If you're Latino, you know your parents are really proud. You can't tell your parents, shit, you crazy? Nothing. And I felt like I had to do it. I can't have my father going around telling people shit is unbelievable. I can't have that. I can't. And I waited for him to come back, and I took my stand like a punk, dude. I was old. This was a few years ago, and I got up in the middle of the living room, and I did this just to fucking make him feel good. I was like, wow. And I told him, I was like, papi, mira, papi, King. I started stuttering. I was like, papi, Papi, I want to tell you something, pa. You don't say unbelievable. I mean, Papi, no, Papi. Shit, I'm nervous. I was nervous that day. I'm not nervous now, fuckers. Don't get it twisted. That was part of the joke. You clapping like, ah, you guys are I love the support. You guys are amazing. You're doing unbelievable, baby. Let's do it. I said, Papi, you don't say unbelievable, Papi. It's unbelievable. Not unbelievable, unbelievable. Dude, he fucking lost it. He lost it. He don't care how many people were there. He flipped out. His gut came out. When my father gets mad, his gut comes out even more. He's like, mira, let me tell you something. Canto de malcriado, que tú no respetas a nadie. Let me tell you. Que falta respeto. Fuck. Let me tell you something, okay? It was unbelievable. Because I saw it in my house, in the living room, in the television, in Primer Impacto. Unbelievable, okay? Pendejo. And walked away again, and walked the fuck away again. And I looked at my brother-in-law and I said, welcome to the family, son. Unbelievable.
I think it's hard to be married now because it's just like a different world. It's a kid-centric world, right? It's all about the kids. Yeah, they're so comfortable, these kids. I don't know. Just hanging out in their dry fit. That's all my kids were, just like in Under Armour and like just comfortable. I was never comfortable when I was, we had like layers, fabric. I'm looking at pictures. I'm at my sister's birthday in like a 3-piece suit. Just pocket watch, top hat. You guys need my cane for the piñata? Let me know. That's how I punish our kids now. Really, it's like, you want to talk to your mother like that? Turtleneck, 3 days. Let's go, put it on with the sport coat and elbow patches. Yeah, that's you till Wednesday, Professor Smartass. Yeah, you got to put them in their place because they're terrorists, little kids. They are terrorists, right? And as parents, you're like, we're not going to negotiate with these terrorists. And then they start blowing some shit up, and you're like, let's just find out what their demands are. Let's just find out. We got 3, which is not even a lot, My wife texted me the other day, like, sometimes I think we should have 4. I was like, sometimes I think we should have 2. I didn't say which ones, though. I'm not a monster. I didn't say.
I think we're raising a whole generation of kidiots, and I'll tell you why. Love it when you repeat my material, everybody. Thank you so much. But we gotta coddle the children, protect the children. Everybody gets a trophy, all this shit. It's crazy. Have you tried to light a cigarette lighter in the last 5 years? You can't. Because now it's got that Rubik's Cube child safety device on it. So you don't get a flame, you know what? You get a blister and an aneurysm. That's what you get. Then you can't get the aspirin out of the bottle because that's child-proof too. Backseat windows of cars only go down halfway now. Do you know why? Child-proof. So Junior won't fall out the window when you're cruising down the road. When we were kids, the windows went down all the way. And if you fell out the window, you are the weakest link. Goodbye. Sorry. Tough shit. You are too stupid to hang out with the rest of us. God was just thinning the herd. You're not allowed to spank your kids now, right? Now they have the timeout, which we had in my family. That was the period of time before you regain consciousness. But now the experts say if your child misbehaves, don't yell, don't hit, hold. Hold your child. My father held me. He held me underwater. He held me hostage. To go outside and play now, to go outside and ride your scooter if you're a kid, you have to put a helmet on. There were no helmets when we were kids, right, sir? No. I would come into the house with a lawn dart sticking right out of my skull, missing half the flesh on my body because the slip and slide ended and the driveway began. Remember that shit? My mother would give me a cookie and a skin graft and kick my ass back outside. We screw kids up. It's our fault. We're the parents. It's not the teachers. It's us. We put weird shit in their heads. You know, the games, Red Rover. Do you remember the game Red Rover, named after the patron saint of the dislocated shoulder? Do you remember this game? What did we learn from Red Rover? What was the valuable life lesson of this game? If you see two people holding hands, run as fast as you can into them and snap an elbow. That's what we learned from that game. How about musical chairs? Remember the game Musical Chairs? What did that teach us? How not to share. That's what it taught us. How it's perfectly acceptable behavior to hip check someone else's fat ass out of the way and steal their seat. Hide and seek. What did that teach us? Stalking techniques. That's what it taught us. The piñata. What did we learn? That if you smack a small animal enough times with a stick, eventually Skittles will fly out of its rectum. How many family pets have been hospitalized because of this shit? We put weird shit in their little developing minds. You tuck your kid into bed at night. What's the last thing you say? Don't let the bed bugs bite. Oh, no potential for nightmares there, I guess, right? The last image you're putting in Junior's head is being attacked by insects while he's sound asleep. Pleasant dreams. Or we sing to them, "Rockabye baby on the treetop." Who puts their kid in the top of a tree? Are you a family of orangutans? And the end of that is when the bough breaks, the cradle will fall, and down will come baby, cradle and all. Well, now you're injured, and the insects are really going to get you. Good night. We used to have a prayer when I was a kid. It was, "Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take." Would you go to sleep if you were a kid? Fuck no. God is telling me tonight is the night. The insects are going to suck all the plasma out of my body.
We fell in love, got married, and had 3 children. And then after a while, things didn't work out, and we were divorced. And I remarried her again because I wanted my house back. And we tried and tried to make it work out, but it just didn't work out. I mean, we really love each other, but it just, I'm talking about 20 years here of life. And we try to stay friends. We have 3 children. I talked to her before I left. I called her up. Plaintiff. I'll be gone for a few days. Now, the problem in the marriage was me. I don't mind sharing that with you. I take full responsibility, and it was gambling. And gambling is a horrible addiction. It's just horrible. I mean, I would just gamble. It was horrible. I was in Las Vegas. I'm playing craps, and people would gather around. They usually do that when somebody's winning. People gathered around to see if I could keep losing, which I managed to do. I was playing a slot machine next to a guy. I was playing the slot for 4 hours. This guy was there for about 2, and all of a sudden he took a handful of nickels and threw it into my tray. I said, "What's that for?" He said, "I wanted you to hear what it sounds like when you win." Then I bottomed out. This is a true story. This was when I realized it had to stop. I lost the money, the rent money, the food. Oh my God, it was horrible. I felt so disgusted with myself. I was feeling sorry for myself. And I'm so depressed, and I'm walking down the strip in Las Vegas. And right in front of Caesar's Palace was a man with no legs or arms with a bowl in front of him, to throw the money. And there I was feeling sorry for myself, and I looked at him, and I thought, I could take that bowl. Now, I didn't do it. But the more I thought about it, what could he do if I took that bowl? I might be out of shape, but I can outrun a guy with no legs. That's when I said it's over. No more of this. And I'm happy to tell you I have not gambled since. Yes. Nothing. I don't even play games. I'm not taking any chance. And the alimony's paid, the child support, IRS, and some of my investments didn't turn out well. I should share that with you. And that's not gambling, that's investing, Katie. Investing, that's a calculated risk. I got those gold coins they advertise on TV. There was chocolate inside. Because all we ever hear about now is money. Isn't that all we hear about is money, money? Every politician, well, not all of them, but a lot of them, income inequality. We got to have income equality. That's where you take the money from the rich people and give it to the poor people, and it balances out. That's the theory. Now, right now, I'm in favor of that. Well, you got the idea.
We had our fourth child. I thought 4 kids. I fucking know what's going on. I've done this 3 times already. 2 of them are mine. Not sure about the other one. But I knew. I was like, okay, we've done this 3 times. 4th time, I got the fucking drill. I know. Things are going to be good. This is going to be a nice, easy labor. Not a fucking nice, easy labor. My wife had 3 epidurals. Wait for the fucking punchline, at least, for fuck's sake. My wife had 3 epidurals. On the 4th one, she didn't get an epidural. I was in the labour ward, right? And men don't get any credit in the labour ward. It's all the focus of the woman. Very fucking selfish, right? And to be honest with you, I don't even think the nurses should have striked, because midwives are just like personal trainers. The same fucking language. You're doing brilliantly. Keep pushing. 4 more. Don't forget to breathe. You're going to lose a load of weight here in a second. You may shit yourself, but it's very natural. But they give her so many compliments. You're brilliant. You're a little star. You're so fucking brave. I'm going to make a plaque about you. Well done, girl. You're brilliant. No one ever says, and you're very good as well. No one does it. We're ignored. We're put into the corner like a coat stand. We're just here like that. We want me to hold your hat. Okay, fair play. Yeah. And they always put us up by the head. At least they do that. They put us up by the woman's head. That's the thing. Do you know what I mean? They leave us up there. You know what I mean? And they're very patronizing. They give you jobs, but the jobs are very patronizing. They're going, oh, could you go get the slippers? Would you be a big good boy there now? Go get the slippers. You push a human being out of your gi, but will you get the slippers? 2 of them, 2 feet. Very good. Fair play to you. Fucking thick cunt. Why is he in the car park? The slippers! This is the job I was given. Your station now, what you're in charge of is the bro. You're in charge of her bro. Okay? I was like, okay. Okay. Hang on a second there, I'll Google bro. Hang on a second. And she was like, just dab it. Dab. I was like, she was like, keep dabbing. I was like, that's not how you do it. Then I knew, because I've been there 3 times before, I knew it was time for the epidural. Because my wife started to make the noise of the epidural. I was like, I never knew the hospital was this close to the docks at all. Where's the... Is there a ship coming in? Is there? I think it's a cruise liner. I said to the midwife, I was like, hey, nurse woman, get the epidural thing for her. She needs the epidural now. She's like, she's doing fine. I was like, she's doing... That's wifer. Get the fucking drugs, you mad bitch. My wife's getting more intense. She goes, I was like, it's Morse code. She's like, get the fucking epidural. Finally, the nurse went to the phone, picked up the phone, dialed a number. Hello? Hi. Yeah, it's Siobhan here. Yeah, room 7. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I've got a ship coming into dock. Yeah, I do, yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. Okay. Thanks, Sheila, love. Okay, bye. Bye. And she turned to us and she said, no. And I said, what? And she said, no. And my wife said, I said, what do you mean, no? She said, the anesthesiologist is actually in theatre at the moment. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. And I went into what I believe is what every man goes into, and it's fucking husband mode. And I pushed one into the corner, and I said, listen to me now. You overqualified fucking personal trainer. My wife is lying on that bed, pushing something out of her body, a human being out of a place that she sometimes says, ow, when I touch. And you're telling me that the only thing that's going to relieve that pain, you're saying no. Because the anesthesiologist is in theatre. I don't care if she's watching fucking Les Mis or Cats. But you send a taxi to that fucking theatre and you tell her, get out and get down. What theatre is open at 2:15 on a fucking Sunday morning?
Kids. I got 3 kids, 3 girls. Look what God did to me. Yes, ooh. I can't stand none of them. I'm finna give them all back to the state. Yeah, they gotta go. Ungrateful bitches. Ooh, what? So when you get away from your kids, you don't call them names? You do know motherfucker and bitch is the same bad word, basically. You call your kid motherfucker, I can't stand this motherfucker. I just say I can't stand this bitch. It's the same thing. Fuck, what's the difference? This motherfucker get on my nerves, you cussing under your breath. I can't stop for to give them back to the state. They ungrateful. You know, they don't do regular shit. You know, what happens when kids go outside, play, get dirty and shit, you know? Build shit, fall off cars. I ain't had a kid with a broken arm in so long. I used to always get kids with broken arm. When I was little, we all had broken arm. I don't know how the fuck it happened. Nowadays, these kids don't do shit. My kids, I ain't washed clothes in 6 months. For what? Them bitches don't go outside and get dirty? Fuck. They sit in the house and play Night Fort all goddamn day, bitch. But the YouTube and all this bullshit. All day, every day, that's all the fuck they do. Never get outside and get dirty. So they just sit in the house 24/7, so I say take the clothes off, fold them back up, put them in the drawer. Wish I would pay my goddamn money to be washing clean clothes, bitch. We had to wash our clothes out on our hands sometimes. You think I'm finna be putting yours in the machine clean, bitch? Ain't no dirt spots, no holes in the pants, nothing. I always tell my daughters, go outside and get your knees dirty. Not get your knees dirty, but you know what I'm talking about. When we come back in the house, about you told me to get my knees dirty. Bitch, I didn't tell you to go suck a dick. I told you to go play outside, goddammit. You disrespectful. Do you got kids, ma'am? Do you got kids? Yes, I'm talking to you in the green. You got. Oh, bitch, I didn't know you had no kids. You talking about this person? She said, you know damn well I have no fucking kids. Why the fuck you speaking on kids then, bitch? You better tuck your teeth, you suck mouth, bitch. Act like she don't call her kids names and shit, sir. You hear that? Bitch got sisters and brothers, she still call them names, bitch. I tried to make my daughter a peanut butter and jelly sandwich the other day. She gonna get mad at me. Now, peanut butter jelly is phenomenal, as we know. I was a good daddy. I toast the bread. I put more jelly than peanut butter so her mouth don't get stuck together. I even cut the ends off the bread. She get mad at me and say, Daddy, I'm not hungry, I'm sleepy. Excuse me? I'm not hungry, I'm sleepy. Did the shit 3 times. I said, okay, since you don't want to eat my peanut butter and jelly that I stood in line for at the church for 6 damn weeks, I got this new punishment. She said, what? I said, you gonna sit on my couch or we gonna change the channel to one of them weird channels like 121 or some weird shit. You know? Y'all know what a nigga will be on BET at 4 in the morning selling the water to bring your kneecaps back if you get surgery or some shit? She said, we gonna watch that? I said, no, we gonna watch Feed the Children commercials all night long. Now, it's nothing against the kids on TV. I just gotta teach the Americanized brat to be grateful for what she got. So I explained to her, I say, look, little girl, y'all can switch and I can feed him for 35 cents a day. You take your ass over to Somalia and eat flies and wash it down with hippo water, bitch.
Got kids? Couple of y'all, fuck them kids, man. Fuck them, man. Fuck, ain't nobody really like kids for real, bro. Like, kids are cool around 2, 3 when they can like talk a little bit, but at 1, like newborn, man, fuck them kids, bro. They suck. Y'all know they suck. Look at you. Lena, you over there pregnant. You know this finna suck. The first 1.5 years, 2 years of that kid's life, it sucks. Cause you don't trust nobody with that baby. That means you ain't gonna let nobody watch them, right? So you gonna give up concerts, camping trips, out of town trips, swimming, all of that for that baby. He might not be shit. You imagine investing 18 years in somebody's life and they grow up and just be at the gas station just chilling? You're like, man, fuck these kids. I was walking to Target with my daughter, and as we were walking in, this lady and her son were walking out, and the kid had to be like 4 years old, little kid on glasses, walking, and they got like right there in front of us, and I saw him looking. He's like, Mom, what time is it? And I looked at him. I was like, hey, man, shut the hell up, bruh. Where you gotta be? What you late for? You gonna drive there? Nah, you gonna get in the back seat and go to sleep. Sit your trash ass down. Kids are trash. Road mates, they are. They're just horrible. I don't like them. My daughter was like, oh, leave him alone. He's so cute with his little glasses. I was like, that's not cute. That's irresponsible. He just got those eyes and he already ruined them. Kids are trash, man. They trash. Y'all know it. Y'all just don't want to say it. It is okay not to like your kid. You just should love them. But you don't have to like them all the time. You don't. I don't like my daughter all the time. I barely like, especially like right now. Oh, my God.
We hit a bump this year. My pop got cancer. And I hope your family's never faced with it, but if you got to go through it, you're quickly going to learn the character of the people you come from. And I was very proud of my old man because I panicked when they told me. I was on the road. I called him in the hospital. I said, Pop, I just heard. I'm coming, all right? Don't worry. This is nothing. It's not like it used to be. They got all kinds of stuff there today. They just knocked this right out. How you doing? How am I doing? I got a pipe in my pecker. How's your day going? So we all showed up. The whole family showed up. Well, one of my brothers couldn't be there because something happened and it wasn't his fault. And it's never his fault, but something always happens, and I shouldn't judge because I don't know. There's one in every family. There's one in every freaking family. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, it's you. We're sitting in the doctor's office, and the doctor's telling me and my other brother, look, I don't want you boys to worry. This cancer isn't hereditary. This comes from one thing and one thing only. I'm like, oh, please say Jell-O. Come on, Jell-O. No, cigarettes. Fuck. I'm all out of excuses. So I quit. I quit right there. Because in that moment, my parents got old right in front of me. My pop's 66, but he's a hard 66. He's got the cancer. He had a 90% blockage in his heart we had to fix. He's a diabetic. He shoots himself up twice a day with this insulin they make from a lizard hormone. It works. His blood sugar's fine, but in the afternoons, he likes to sun himself on a hot rock. Keeps trying to sell me auto insurance. And my mother's at that age where women start to dress like Elvis. You know the big rhinestone sequin jumpsuity things? And the hip is bad, so she swivels when she wants. Ma, are there any leftovers? Uh-huh. So, came time for the chemo, and I sat my pop down. I called in every favor I had. I got my hands on some money. I greased away out of grease. And we're in the garage. And I told him, I said, Pop, look, it's all taken care of. I got you into the best hospital in the city, all right? Don't ask me how. Don't ask me why. Your name is on the top of that list. Now, all I need you to do is walk through that door, and I want you to beat this thing down. You hear me? Yeah, kid, thanks. You stepped up. Don't think I don't notice that, huh? Good man. But we go for this chemo thing. We're going to go over here by the house. So, Pop, look at me. I got you the best shot we got at beating this. Yeah, I know, son. And I looked at that city hospital. I really did. But this is going to be a 2-3 month deal. And where you got to go, it's got all those stairs. And your mother don't climb the stairs that good no more. So that can't work for us. He's looking right down the barrel at it. And his priority is my mother can't climb those stairs no more. That's the same man made me shovel the driveway with a broken arm. Pop, I can't hold the shovel. Stick it in your ass and walk backwards.
We go take this class. There's 5 other couples there. This nurse walks into the room. She goes, I've been delivering babies in this hospital for 33 years. There's a lot of things that are gonna happen that are gonna make you wanna freak out. I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know so you don't freak out. And then she went and talked for 2 straight hours. It was the most intense thing I've ever seen. You saw every person in the room just take out their phone and desperately try to take notes. There was no rhyme or reason, no lesson plan. This Long Island battle axe of a nurse just jumped from topic to topic. It was wild. She's like, look, when your baby's born, it might be covered in a thin layer of wax. Everybody sees the wax, they freak out, they think something's wrong. Don't worry about it, the wax is supposed to be there. It's called Vernix. It's actually very good for their skin, so please do not freak out. We don't even wipe off the Vernix. It's good for them, okay? Don't freak out about the Vernix. A lot of times when babies are born, they might come out blue. Everybody freaks out when they see the blue baby. Oh my God, something's wrong. No, nothing's wrong with the baby. Think about it for 2 seconds. It's taking its first breath. It's gonna take a minute for the oxygen to get where it needs to go. So please don't freak out. When your baby's born, it might have a bunch of weird birthmarks on it. Okay, don't freak out, please. For white babies, we call them stork bites. For black babies, we call them Mongolian bites. Don't freak out. I'm like, well, that one's weirdly racist. Like, why do we need 2 names for that? Like, that's weird. You know, she goes, when your baby takes its first shit, it's not gonna look like shit, okay? It's called meconium. It looks like rubber. Don't freak out. Thank God she told us all of that. When Cal was born, he was covered in wax. He was light purple. He had crazy birthmarks all over the back of his head and neck, and then he shit out a piece of tire rubber. It was insane.
My dad is 80 years old, so I have to help him with things. Obviously, technology not a strong suit, so I'm always helping him. The other day, I was over the house, and he stacked like 10 boxes of latex gloves on the table, and he goes, I don't know who's sending these to me every month. And I'm like, what? Because there's normal dad mysteries, right? There's normal ones that are like, how do I get the Yankee game on Apple Plus? It's like, you can't. You don't have Apple Plus. You don't want to get it. You're not watching the game. It's not happening. It's just not going to happen for you. Do you want Apple Plus? What's that? Yeah, exactly. You're not watching the Yankee game. Here's a good one. Who touched a thermostat? Let's kill them. These are dad mysteries that we're all very used to. But this is a new one. This is a new one. Who is sending me latex gloves every month? I'm like, does he want me to go door to door and ask everyone in the neighborhood, like, dude, are you sending my dad latex gloves? I figured it out. I did a little detective work. It turned out his Amazon was set to subscription. So every month, he's getting a new box of latex gloves, and he doesn't know why. And they're just coming and piling up. And I'm like, man, that is a certain level of hell that my dad was stuck in, that every month he's getting a new box, and he doesn't know why, and he's just descending further and further into madness. It's August. This has been going on all year. All year, he's going to the mailbox, first of the month, being like, I really hope what I know is there is not going to be there. Opening up the box and being like, God damn it, more latex gloves. Who is sending these to me? What do they want from me? What do they know? Are they trying to help me or are they trying to hurt me? It's a weird thing to get. I'd be freaked out if I was getting latex gloves in the mail every month and I didn't know why. It's just a weird thing to get, right? Like, think about it. Like, if you were getting, like, loose spoons in a bag every 15th, you'd be like, what's going on here? Every 15th, you go to your mailbox, 4 loose spoons in a bag. By April, you'd be like, all right, we're moving. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know. I'll tell you what, the spoon man is not getting me. We're getting out of here. It's a weird thing to get. So it's freaking him out. He's getting scared. And I had to tell him. And that's a tough conversation to have with your 80-year-old father, right? You got to sit him down. You're like, look, I know you're scared. You're nervous. You don't know why you're getting these latex gloves. You don't know who's sending it. But it turns out that you're sending them to yourself. It's just the thing you're doing every month. You're doing it. We can put a stop to it. So I did it. I went on his Amazon and I looked, and it wasn't just latex gloves. There was a few things he was sending himself. It was latex gloves every month, batteries, and tampons. And I was like, Dad, tampons? You haven't gotten your period in 30 years. You don't need these. Let's put these away.
You can tell a young man doesn't have a father. You ain't never feared nobody. See, when you don't ever fear a man, you can tell a dude, you disrespect me, you disrespect me. Oh, I've been disrespected most of my life. I had a father, he had no respect. Get up, I ain't dressed yet, get. You tired? No, sir, no, sir. You act like you're tired. No, I'm just having some issues. See, as a man, if you ain't never backed down away from a man, you don't know what it's like to back off a man. You gotta know when to back up. That's why these kids getting shot. You gotta know when someone's more dangerous than you. And that's what fathers teach you. Oh, are you standing up to me? No, sometimes I stand up because my back